Hey, buddies, Potato McWhiskey here, and welcome back to Let's Play Civilization 6 as Hungary. And I think I'm going to try and finish things this episode. It's been going on for a while. I think I'm just going to stop trying to improve my empire very much and just focus on making use of the units that I already have efficiently. It's not to say I won't put any effort into improving my empire, but it's just not going to be my main objective. I'll be spamming a lot more projects out because, man, this war has been going on for a long time. Now we do have to deal with you, so now you are dealt with. We should be able to capture Montreal pretty quick, but we're still grinding our way through their territory. I will use this opportunity. Oh, damn it, I didn't mean to bomb. You gotta be careful when you're dragging the map around with an airplane selected. You can misclick and do some damage to a tile you didn't mean to. So I'm just very quickly churning through remaining turns for some of my units. Although it is really fun to improve an empire, so maybe I will just keep improving. I literally just said, I'm gonna not do this so that I can have a faster game. But then I remembered I really enjoy doing it, and then I was like, but what if I just did a little bit? What if I just did maybe what if I just kept doing it, but I did it just maybe a little less? You know, maybe that's a compromise that I could live with. I don't have a problem. I don't have to stop. Come on, I can stop whenever I want. I just like improving. Beautiful, we killed a unit with a jet bomber. We have quite a few of those. The nice thing is we can use them to kill units, especially these machine gunners who are being a little bit annoying. I definitely want to bring a tank up this way. You're going to become a modern armor. You're going to take a promotion and probably become a modern armor as well. Yeah, I will push my artillery through as many chokes as I can. Prioritizing the northern two chokes. I'll build a little bit of railroad in my life. A little bit of railroad makes you my wife. Beep, beep. That's all it took, man. She built some railroad and I was like, she's the one. That's my wife. Well, we can liberate Yerevan, which is nice. Yeah, we'll be pushing through here and then down this way. We will want a couple of units maybe up here to try and capture a few of these. But we're mostly going to be pushing east. Rebase our fighter in Maracaibo. It looks like lakes do work, which makes some of these a little bit more valuable than I had thought when it comes to the Nazca lines. I'll bring you up and I'll promote you to modern armor. We are burning through our resources fairly quickly. In terms of gold, at least. La 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 la. I will not be making peace. I want your city to flip independent to me. Okay, there's information warfare, so we can produce units faster. Information warfare is pretty good. I don't think we need collective activism anymore. So I will plug in. I guess we also don't need monarchic legacy for the diplomatic favor anymore. I'll grab integrated attack logistics, which is worth +1 movement of starting an enemy territory. I'm also going to plug in logistics because it's kind of fun to be able to move really quickly inside our own territory. In terms of civics that are available to me, I will quickly research smart power doctrine and cultural hegemony to unlock the last one. I think this is the one with the carbon recapture or whatever. Maybe I misremember. There's the bank in Canberra. We'll go ahead and get to work on the stock exchange. We built a trader in Inuk. We're mostly looking for gold here. We'll trade with Cahokia. That's fine. I don't really care where my traders are or how good the trade routes are anymore. I think that has just become an optimization too far for me to care about. So I'm just spamming out projects in most of the cities. Okay. So let's try and use a jet bomber to clear this encampment. That should let us get units a little bit closer. Lola, lola, lola. And then we can get to work on blasting Caracas. Caracas? Arrakis. The desert planet. Arrakis is a dry, desolate world. I'm super hyped for Dune 3 and 4. There will always be a Dune movie being made. Okay, Montreal, I think we can capture it this turn. That's fantastic. Makes me really happy. We can also make our way to Halifax. Good progress being made. I think some of my artillery flipped independent. I think it was Kabulian or Mohenjo-Daro or Rapa Nui. I spent all my money. We'll keep this city. It went somewhere anyway. Okay, you're a little bit hurt. I'm going to pull you back. I'll use my helicopter to kill here. Beautiful. Yerevan's flipping independent. Papayan will shoot with you. You take a moment to heal. We'll bring a tank forward. They have a biplane or two, which is not my favorite. We can start bombing Papayan with our jet bombers. That is the power of the jet bomber. Can't quite reach that city. Oh well. Okay, watermill and Adwa. Get the thermal bath. Jet bomber. Jet bomber can't quite reach some stuff. So I tell you what, I will rebase you to Montreal. You are now rebased. Taiwan, builders, Lalabella, repair, stable. You have a jet bomber as well. I'm going to just take a level on you. Wherever, wherever, we were meant to be together. Bum, 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 bum. I may have to kill Menelik so I don't get converted to his religion. It's fine. Because if I get converted to his religion, I lose the game, I'm pretty sure. Mogadis nuts. Mogadis nuts. We can put a jet bomber into Brantford. Modern armies. We've got like railroads being built. Still trying to make some railroads happen. I do think that it's worth it. We do have we have a bomber over here. We can hit Caracas. I do think it's worth it to kill enemy units, even with my bombers. Normally that's something I would leave for my jet fighters. I just don't have jet fighters in my current setup, but I am hopefully getting railroads up through here. It'll make reinforcing a little bit easier. We are building the Nazca lines, and you're going to get this oil online for me. Yes, okay, we're keeping things, coming along nice and quick. Okay, you can't actually move, so that's fine. You can't move either, nor can you, nor can you. I think I lost an infantry unit. It doesn't matter. It was just to clear this encampment. I pretty much just sacrificed him for it. It was a part of my dastardly plan. All right, so we have anti-air guns and machine guns. So if the AI actually had air, we could defend against it. We also just unlocked or got the boost for capitalism. Believe it or not, there is a boost for capitalism. Now, let us kill them. Excellent. So we will keep this city. We can bomb Loja and get a Loja work done. We don't care about the broadcast center. We may as well, though. We may as well build it just because it takes 4 turns, which keep the place busy. Well, it's 3 turns, but same idea. So pretty much whenever a city asks me for command, I just give it a random ass goal. I'll move logistics up here, and I guess I could plug in... I'm kind of mostly interested in gold, so I'll plug in e-commerce. All right, we have another jet bomber completed here. I accidentally chopped it out. I will send it to the front line. Let's grab the airport. Keep on building and improving our terrain. You could just fortify. I don't want to micromanage you. Field cannons aren't particularly interesting to me from a strategic point of view. Finally, we got our farm triangle online, and now this city is going to ball out of control. B-ball out of control. You know what? They should bring out, there should be a card in Civilization 6 for like agri-voltaics and agri-wind, where like you combine renewable energy with agriculture. So maybe like solar panels and wind farms generate +1 food. Not much, just a little. Okay, Halifax is mine. We will keep that city. I don't think we need to put much effort into capturing St. John, so I'm just going to try and scout where this other city is. Yeah, this should flip on its own. It's only a 3-pop city, so Winnipeg is actually, you know what? The thing is, this city has like no defenses. There's no reason not to just capture it, because all it takes is a single jet bomber action and a relatively low-tech unit to kill it. Okay, make peace. I will not be making peace with you, Simon Bolivar, even if you do have the most luscious lips in South America. All right, let's bomb Loja. Boom, boom, boom. Loja has fallen. And now we're going to go and start hitting Quito. Okay. You are going to take a promotion. You can promote as well. We have Caracas. Keep moving units through the breach. My empire slowly fills with tile improvements, which makes me quite happy. I do like to see the buildings of and the foundations of the future being laid down. Okay, so we need to crack Ottawa. Maybe 2 jet bombers should do it, or maybe just 1 jet bomber plus a tank hit will do it. There's no walls on it. There we go. Bam. It is actually speeding up quite a bit here, which makes me happy on the one hand. On the other hand, I'm kind of sad because I'll have to say goodbye to this beautiful run. And there was a bit of magic here, right? We built up a huge amount of culture so that we could get fascism earlier, which enabled us to go to war sooner. I just feel like there was, there was something kind of really fun and interesting about this particular game. I do need to rebase a couple of my jet bombers because they're no longer in range of the front. And increasingly, my artillery are getting left behind the war front. Okay, let's have a look. I don't have any bombers around here, do I? I do have one over here. You can't quite hit anything useful just yet, so I'll pop you up into Winnipeg. Yeah, Monument Granary. Just keep yourself busy for a while. I'm putting my spies to sleep because at this point, I don't think I need to use my spies for anything. Okay, Quito, you have been done. I don't think I can conquer you this turn. I can get a big slam on you to cut your health down, though. We do have a jet bomber way down here in the south who's not really reaching anything, so I'll move you up to Caracas, and I'm just going to delete this military engineer. At a certain point, some of these guys, I think they do just become redundant in terms of the amount of actions I need to take in a turn, rather. I will put you up here in this airport. That's fantastic. I think you're redundant. You're so far behind the front line that I don't even know if there's really much of a point in micromanaging you anymore. But in terms of the front line, it is still moving forward. Slowly but surely, we are moving the front line forward. Let's crash into the city a couple of times. If I had another tank in the area, I might have been able to capture it this turn, but I didn't quite have enough material in position to make that happen. That's okay, though. Progress is progress, right? We keep working on things. Okay, that's the end of the turn. We're capturing like 2 to 3 cities per turn currently. So I am enjoying the pace of progress. It does feel good. Like there's something nice about feeling that progress hit when you have been having a slow and steady burn for a long time. I do believe it's time for us to run the Manhattan Project. So I'm going to quickly pop back to my capital here, Buda. It's one of my most productive cities in my entire empire. I'm just going to plug in the Manhattan Project. It'll take about 8 turns. It's fine. I do think that we want lasers as well for jet fighters. We only have a couple of jet fighters. And then we also want guidance systems to be able to get rocket artillery, although that will be a few techs because we skipped quite a few techs on the way to it. And then we want robotics. I think that's basically the path we want. We want lasers, guidance systems, satellites, robotics in that order so that we can get jet fighters, rocket artillery, solar farms, and the giant death robot. And that should bring us to our very, very late game configuration for war. All right, more jet bombers are finishing. We'll produce some hangars. You can go back to doing encampment trainings. We could convert to nuclear power. You know what? It might be fun to convert to nuclear power. Let's do it. I do like nuclear power. Nuclear and renewables, like I don't think so. I have a bit of a hot take about energy systems, which is that like nuclear power is an amazing investment if it's the 1970s. In 2026, I think you're far better off just investing into battery technology and renewables. Things like I think, especially with like the crisis in Iran, don't get me wrong, fossil fuels did an amazing job. But it's an 18th century tech or it's an 1800s technology, right? It's a technology that is going away. And I think the big problem is the people who run that technology, they don't want it to go away because it makes them a lot of money. But also the countries that control that technology, people who have lots of oil reserves, people who have, infrastructure that relies on oil, their power is dependent upon that system continuing, and so they are incentivized, because incentives matter, right, to not transition away from that system. And so that's why I just think it's if we lived in a rational world, people would be like, oh yeah, obviously we go to fossil fuels, but we don't live in a rational world. We live in a one with oftentimes conflicting incentives, and I think that's something we all have to acknowledge, where sometimes there are, I think the term is called perverse incentives, where there's incentives that lead people or organizations to do things that are, in other words, not good for everybody. And I think the obvious choice, if the correct choice, the morally correct choice for a fossil fuel company is to invest everything they can into renewable technology. But instead, because of their power and their position and their influence, they can keep making themselves rich by aligning themselves with existing politicians, providing them with support, because we live in a society where, you know, capital provides power and power provides capital, right? It's an Ouroboros that feeds each other. And, you know, I'm not so as blind to see that, like, if there was another technology that comes out after renewables, like let's say it's fusion, where we harness hydrogen itself to, you know, I don't know, power our entire world indefinitely. Like, that's going to threaten, like, big solar. You know what I mean? Like, when big solar exists, they're going to be threatened. Now, they don't exist right now, although, you know, we're laying the foundations for big solar. And these are things we need to be aware of. We need to, like, tell these organizations, hey, you serve the people. People don't serve you, man. You're here because we let you, not the other way around. And I think that's why it's so important that we need to figure out a system of governance. I think this is, like, the biggest problem facing humanity, is figuring out a system of governance where the incentives, where the system actually produces results that's favorable to the most number of people, instead of having it's just a different, like having slightly bigger groups of people who benefit. We need everyone to be doing well. You know what I mean? As at a minimum, in my opinion. Call me a communist, but I think everyone should be, you know, got food in their belly, nice warm place to sleep. I don't think we should have to see gambling ads everywhere. That's a big one for me. We did lately. Holy crap! The state of gambling, human degeneracy, is reaching new lows. I you know what I've seen with, like, all these Kalshis and the poly markets and all these things. I'm just complete and total ban on gambling. I've been so radicalized against any form of predictive market gambling. Listen, the only form of gambling that should be legal is in-person gambling, where it's like an amount of money you can carry in your hand. So if I hand my friend $5, okay, and we bet, hey, my team's going to beat your team, nerd, and we're in a pub or whatever, that should be legal. I shouldn't be able to whip out my phone and remortgage my house on a sports game, okay? I'm sorry. That just is not right. It's wrong. It's wrong, and I don't know why people pretend it isn't wrong. And it's like being sold as this. In particular, I think it's really predatory for, like, the most vulnerable people in society from an economic point of view, where it's being sold to, like, young people who don't see a path forward in the economy, because, like, you know, everything is doom, right? The job market's completely torpedoed. Everything is terrible. The world is like, everything's ending. We're all dying, you know, blah, 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 blah. Super depressing. And then there's this thing. It's like, yeah, but, like, if you join our betting website, you could win big, and then you could enjoy a golden plated escape shuttle as the world burns. You know what I mean? Like, you could have a great time while the world burns down around you. You know what I'm saying, man? Like, that sounds pretty damn good. I'm like, Jesus, maybe, surely that economic effort, that those resources, we better put to, like, just be like, why don't we just build, like, another school? Or why don't people just go hang out and play board games? How about that? How about people play more board games? They're good for you. You get to spend time with your friends. You get to do rudimentary maths over your head, in your head, out loud, and embarrass yourself in front of your friends when you can't add up two small numbers together, and then you all giggle. It's like, oh, Jamie can't do maths, blah blah blah. Or you can have, like, theocratic debates about, like, which board game, like oh, the cult of Catan is the only true. Instead, it's like, whip out your phone, get fed misinformation slop 24 hours a day, don't get any exercise, don't cook your own food. There's an app for that. Why don't you fucking mortgage a burrito, brother? You deserve it. Treat yourself. Anyway, so we're playing Civ. What if we all just, like, I don't know, met up on Sundays and read a book? It doesn't even have to be a religious book. What if we all just read, like, I don't know, War and Peace? Or I don't know, the Dora the Explorer books. I don't care. Just read a book, please. Watch a movie. Discuss said movie with your friends. Call your friend an idiot because he likes The Chronicles of Riddick, which is one of my favorite movies. I know it's not a great movie. I don't care. Here's the thing. I don't give a damn if you don't think that's a good movie. I know it's not a good movie. Listen. All right, we're going to liberate Yerevan. I know The Chronicles of Riddick isn't a good quote-unquote movie, I don't care. I like it. I'm a pig. I want pig slop. Occasionally, I like slop. Not a lot. I don't want to be fed slop 24/7. But every now and again, for a treat, I want some slop. You know, a little bit of slop here and there. It keeps things interesting. I want a dumb action movie set in a weird space universe every now and again. Every movie doesn't need to be, you know, Citizen Kane. It's okay that's how it is. It's an art form. But the problem is we're not even getting the bad movies anymore. Every movie is just bad. We're not getting like good bad movies, we're just getting bad movies. Is that what it feels like anyway? I feel like we used to get movies that were kind of self-aware. And I feel like the film has lost that aspect of like self-awareness that I really valued. And now we only get the bad slop. The focus tested, yada yada blah blah blah. Like, where's my dumb action movies? Where's my dumb comedy movies? I guess, okay, in the defense of the movie theater, I haven't gone to the movies as much as I should have. But I've started going. I went to see the Super Mario Galaxy movie. All right, that's kind of slop. It was good slop. It was the good kind of slop. I went to go see a good slop movie, and I'm making an effort. I'm trying to go to the cinema every month now. You know, I'm making it a part of my routine. I don't want to just watch movies on a laptop anymore. I want to go out and I want to participate in culture. I miss the outer world. Now, don't get me wrong. I hate it too. I hate it out there. Ugh. All the people out there with their faces and their expectations and their thoughts and their like culture that I don't agree with, like talking on the bus, you know, on loudspeaker and listening to like bad music on loudspeaker, all that. I don't agree with a lot of that, but I still kind of want to be out there. I want to be in the room where it happens. That's where I want to be. I want to Hamilton it up. Sorry, we're going on tangents here as we try to solve world peace. La, da, 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 da. A lot of cities with a lot of bullshit that I need to make my way through. All my spies are asleep in my capital because I've just given up on micromanaging spies. I just don't care anymore. That's when you know your job's in jeopardy. When your boss doesn't care anymore. Stamford Raffles. I don't want to absorb a city-state. Thank you. Ramford Staffles. Here's a hot take for you. A lot of the bullshit we deal with in our world, it's based on misogyny. If you know, you know. I think I read earlier today, the lady whose name I forget, I immediately forgot her name. She drew the map of the Atlantic, and she was like, I think there's a trench there. There's a big old rift in the middle, because I think there's continental drift. And her male colleague was like, that sounds like some dumbass girl talk. You need to redo those charts. Which is, you know, listen, I'm just saying. We need to re-examine misogyny. I'm slowly becoming so woke, dude. But here's the great thing. I'm like a woke soldier. Is it possible to be a woke assassin? That's what I aspire to be. I aspire to be a woke assassin. I want people to see me and be like, oh shit, there's that potato guy. He totally owned that guy on Twitter when he called him a chud. I think, dude, oh my god, I think I read about the Will Stancil. Was it Will Stancil? He did a woke assassin move where I think he was like baiting ICE officers with fake dating profiles to give up information on their patrols for the day and like operational info so that like counter protests and vulnerable people could be protected from them. This is just like absolute honeypot, 10 out of 10, incredible play. Not even partially, like, you gotta respect the grind. That was like on a different level. A legendary move. He honey-dicked them. Honey-potted? I don't remember which one it is. All right, so we have cultural hegemony. Let's kill you. You're a little bit hurt, so we'll move through. I think we can capture Nueva Barcelona here without too much in the way of trouble. Okay. Perfect. We'll keep moving over more troops. I want you to go here and heal on that tile. Go there, go there, go there, go everywhere. Yeah, the progress is insane now. Or should I say progress? Poggers. Okay, we'll capture Victoria. Beautiful. Let's send our tank down here. Oh, we found Quebec. My favorite part of France. Quebec. Capture. Capture. Choose new civic. Global warming mitigation. Okay, so it was that one. I did remember correctly. We'll go to future civic. We don't care. Put your hands up. Put your hands up if you don't care. Put your hands up. So I'm just clicking through my cities and I'm making sure they're all working on something. I don't care what it is they work on as long as they work something. Put your hands up. God, I need to go to a concert. I'm feeling that itch to just go to the place with loud noises, bright lights, and a lot of people. That neurotypical urge to go do something deeply uncomfortable to neurodivergent people. Who am I kidding? I would rather go to a cafe. Like a cafe with lots of books and music playing at a volume where I can hear myself think. Jesus Christ. I feel like every no, listen, this is how I know I'm getting old. Is I'm complaining that I can't hear my friends, so I have to drink. Back in the day, man, I would have been like, this is great. I get to drink more. Drink up. Drink. But now I actually want to chat to people. I want to have a community. I want to chill. Before, I liked just getting drunk. Now, I want to get crunk. I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure that means getting high. Remember, kids, don't do drugs. Unironically, though, I feel like, I don't know if I'm crazy. Now, maybe it's because I'm an older guy, and I'm in a different community now. But, like, when I was a kid, when I was hearing about drugs, it was like, here's a drug, this one. There's like, here's the 7 drugs that will mess you up. And here's like the 4 or 5 that like, if you use them relatively responsibly, there's only like a 1 in 1,000 chance you fuck your life up. And I'm like, oh, that sounds like, those ones sound like kind of like, you know, that's a nice risk. You can get away with them. But now it's like, I feel like every drug I hear of, it's like, welcome to the fucking psychological Thunderdome. 1 sniff of this and you're done. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I blame that one family who made all the drugs. You know the one I'm talking about, who got away. I believe did it begin with an S? Was it the Sack family? I don't know. It made me think of like a Lord of the Rings name when I heard of them. Well, I was like, damn, those people got some blood in their hands, in my opinion. Based on the one John Oliver clip I saw. John Oliver mentioned? Pog. That's so fetch, John. Good job. I'm hashtag... Fuck, I don't even know how to finish that sentence. Listen, I don't have writers, okay? This is all off the cuff. I'm here, you try to do what I do. Having a script, dude, having a script is so much easier. Okay, with a little bit of practice, you can read a script. Having to just, like, waffle, which, admittedly, is something I am very good at. I am really, really good at just waffling and talking bollocks. But having a script makes it so much easier. Okay, so there's a spaceport, missile silos, launch Earth satellite. We do have Charlottetown here. Okay, we'll blast Charlottetown. I think that means Canada is now defeated. Thank you, Canada. There's only one more city left for this guy. I might just leave the city here and let it flip independent. That should actually work really well for us. So let me go ahead and jet bomb this city 3 times. We'll get you. Boom. Okay, we got it. I am going to need to make sure that I keep these cities, and then I'll quickly grab Victor and I will pop him into the newest city. Now, the loyalty here is rough, but once we start capturing more cities, we'll be fine. We do need to clean... Maybe we should capture this. You know what? I'm just going to capture his final city because it will give me a little bit more loyalty headroom, which is kind of important. All right, I'll attack with my helicopter and then with you. Beautiful. So that's Simon Bolivar defeated. You technically have more attacks in you. We're not at war with the Aztecs. Well, let's wait a turn and then we'll declare war. We'll keep this city because I think we'll actually have a more advantageous opening to the war next turn than this turn. So I'd like to wait. Yeah, my artillery is starting to fall behind big time. Scappa-dappa-deepa-dappa-doopa-doo. I'm a scat man. Skibba-dibba-doop. All right, we got an airport in here. Let's build a stock exchange. We'll grab the seaport, the armory, the university. Again, I'm just queuing up buildings because why not? I don't see a reason not to queue up buildings and builders. I'll queue up a few builders just because it is fun to improve your territory and like reach that power fantasy of like, I have improved all the tiles. Ah, yes, look at my beautiful empire. Isn't it magical? Dude, I am so hyped to play more of that one game, the Battlestar Galactica Scattered Hopes. That one, dude, I am actually so hyped to play it. This district's regional buildings reach further. Got it. Cool. HG Wells, good man. Wind farm, yes. Keep on repairing and building. Keep on repairing and building. I like keeping my guys busy. It makes me happy. It just makes me happy to have like a really well improved empire. Does it make you happy to improve your empire? If you have happy empire dysfunction, tell a friend. All right. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of these actions, they don't actually matter. They don't matter to me, but it's fun to do. Oh, yeah. It's fun to do. God, I have over 100 cities. You'd think they would just hand me the victory right now. But I have to capture 1, 2, 3 capitals. Give me the victory. I don't want to have to fight anymore. I just want to win the game. What are you doing, little airman? Can I rebase you over to Charlottetown? We will rebase you to Peterborough. I have a squadron of military engineers building some railroads over here, who are then being squadroned by another group. Trade with Nazca because it's worth an envoy. We can't reach anything, so go ahead and take a promotion. We'll keep pushing you forward. We've got so many units we're pushing forward. We're getting right up to his border. You have a promotion. You have a promotion. Take a turn to heal. You don't need to heal. All right. I think we're going to churn through this turn now. I'm just going to smash end. Smash the end turn button. A volcano! Oh no! I'm in so much trouble! So there's rocket artillery upgrades. What's nice about this is the base 3 movement does allow it to move around a little bit more effectively, which is fantastic. The base 3 range is also fantastic, and the base 100 combat strength much more efficient to use. There's global warming mitigation. Not that that matters for us. We could, in theory, run it in some of our districts if we really wanted to. I'm just queuing up buildings to keep my cities busy at this point. The actual output doesn't matter. I've just decided that I don't care anymore, so I'm just letting them do whatever. We do have 3 envoys. I think there was one more city-state that we are not suzerain of. Am I correct, or did that one get captured? I thought it was I thought there was one that I wasn't. It looks like I'm suzerain of them all. Oh no, Caguana. All right, we'll get to work on Caguana. Caguana sounds like an iguana. Okay, so Aztecs, we are going to declare war on the Aztec Empire, declare a Golden Age war so that we don't have to deal with any grievances. Beautiful. Gandhi is mad at us. He's allowed to be mad at us. He is the OG hater. I think Hunza is a city-state that we could liberate, so let's get that bombed first. All right, liberate Hunza. Beautiful. Go ahead and improve that ski resort little builder guy. Give this guy a ski resort as well. Chop that tile. Then I've got another ski resort option over here. We're chopping our way across the world. I'm chopping up, chopping up, chopping up. I'm chopping again. All right, head over to Gondor. They're calling for aid. That's a bit that will never, ever get old. You know who else won't get old? Whew. You know what, let's not tell that joke. People are not going to like that one. Listen, I don't even have an opinion on the guy. Maybe the editor should cut that bit. Let the people guess in the comments who I was talking about. That'd be fun. Alright, anyway. I'm about to kirk this city, let me tell you. Well, now they're going to know. No one's going to know. They're going to know. Okay, so you're going to become rocket artillery. Quite a few of my units this turn are going to become rocket artillery. And by that I mean like 1 or 2. Alright, we're just going to chill for a turn up here on most of our units. Then there is a bomber here we can hit Sempoala with. Sempoala. We do a little railing. Railing, railing, railing. I love railing all dayling. Alright, we've got the artillery in here. We'll upgrade you to a rocket RT. We have a jet fighter. Let's damage them. It'll take us a little bit of time to get some progress, but that's okay. Join them together. Who is this annoying lord? Good lord, deliver me from evil. Amen. Amen. Where is my favorite city? It's The one where your mother's so pretty. I can roast you in speech or song. The thing your mother says, it rhymes with long. What? La, 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 la. Alright, we killed a bunch of stuff. We do need to make progress here in the east. Oh, you should be on Auto Explorer. Oh, delete. Uh-oh. Shackleton. Shackleton moment. Uh-oh. We lost him. Don't know what happened. Funding ran out in the middle of the Arctic. Whoops. Whoopsies. That was like a, take him out back and show him to God moment. It's like you just get rid of him. Show him who his maker is. Paulie, you gotta kill. You gotta kill that. Paulie, you gotta make a builder to chop out your districts. You can't just... Listen, it's just really simple. You just gotta build a couple of districts and then, I'm trying to go for a science victory, but I can't make it happen. Well, it's okay. Well, tell me, did you get culture? Culture? Why would I need culture in a science victory? Well, you need culture in a science victory because you got to get feudalism so your builders are more efficient. It's not that hard. I know it's frustrating, but I think you can do this. You just got to make sure you get enough culture to get the serfdom, and then you build all your builders, you improve all your tiles. It's that easy. Are you saying I'm not good at the game? I'm not saying you're not good at the game. I'm just saying you need a little practice. That's all. You're good. You saying I'm not good at the game? You challenging my insecurity? Sopranos is a great series. Anyway, why are all the best television shows about dudes whose lives are objectively falling apart? No one wants to watch a TV show about like, hey, it's the happy-go-lucky. Hey, John, this guy never encounters a single narrative problem in his entire life. He just goes from strength to strength. Why, just yesterday he found a $20 bill. It's always like, oh no, my friend hit his head. And his girlfriend came to me while he was in a coma for comfort. But then we fell in love. And then 2 years later, he woke up and she had a baby. But we don't know if it was my baby or his baby. And it's like, bruh, what even is television sometimes? It's just the most convoluted, insane... Don't tell me wrong. That's a popcorn-worthy story right there. You'll sit there and you'll eat that up. But I'm also like, what's happening? What is going on in the world? You go there, bring you forward, make sure the supply convoy is with you to give you extra movement. We'll blast Valletta. We would love to liberate Valletta. It would make me very happy to liberate Valletta. I'm just queuing up random stuff in my cities because it takes so much time per turn. Queuing up random stuff in my cities. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Bum ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum 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 ba-da-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam-bam Hey, Luigi! It's me, Mario! Ow! Dios míos! I'm a Spanish Paloma now. My accent is not problematic. Okay. I know there's so many people who have left now because of the singing, but there's people who have stayed because they know there's going to be a gold joke somewhere squirreled away in this episode. It may have already happened. La 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 la. Alright, that's enough messing around. Nope, no peace for you, buddy. Alright, let's have a look. So, we're waiting for the turn to open. They did like some counter-attacking. It wasn't very effective. We do have robotics now, so we could buy ourselves a GDR. We would save some money if we bought it in a place with a fully built encampment, like in Bogota, where it would only cost 2,400 gold, which is very hilarious to me. I'm going to get a couple of those. We'll start sending them in. We do want some of these late game techs because they do actually make your giant death robots better. We also want predictive systems because the offshore wind farm is chef's kiss. You know what else is chef's kiss? Your mama. All right, let's research capitalism, just because we want to increase the amount of capitalism in the world. Okay, there's amphitheater, monuments, barracks, sewers. Bum bum bum. Bum, 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 bum. Now we can go. We've got an annoying unit here, so if we clear it out, We can clear Valletta and liberate it. Boosh. We can begin working on 10 Yucca. All right, Malinalco is next as well. So let's get as many jet bombs on it as we can. We'll keep bringing up these rocket arties. Dun, 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 dun. Blast the city a couple of times. Unfortunately, that's all we're going to be able to do, but that's okay. Move you over this way. The war front is continuing. You're not in range of anything, so I don't have any cities for you either. Let me have a look. Edmonton, you're not in range of anything. Tlacopan would be a good capture this turn if we could get it. Right, there's 2 bombs, 3 bombs. I'll go for the 4th, plus a rocket arty shot, and then we should be able to crack it. Come on. There you go. All right, we'll keep that city. We're also going to rebase an Ottawa jet fighter over. There is an intact airport here that we can make use of, so I'm going to rebase a bunch of aircraft over here, and I'll park the helicopter army on top of it to protect it. We want to thrust mostly towards India. It's how we pray in my religion. Instead of, you know, some places pray towards a particular direction. We thrust towards India in my religion. No, we're continuing our push, trying to be aggressive. Be aggressive. B-E-A aggressive. Queue up random buildings because I don't want to have to micromanage you. I'll promote you because I don't want to have to micromanage you. You have done things. I'm going to just put you to sleep. Yeah, you jump into the water. You need to be rebased. Don't have particularly good options, but we will continue to try. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to start putting all my units to sleep that aren't on the front line. I really need to get a hotkey for sleeping. I think it would actually speed up my game quite a bit is if I had a sleep hotkey. Realistically, I should have put these builders to sleep like 5 episodes ago. Let's move you forward, and then we'll promote you in a couple of turns. When it's appropriate, you can go asleep. 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 Mostly I'm just like, I've reached the end of my rope. And it's time for me to now just close the game out. How long until the Manhattan Project is done? We've got 3 turns, so we will get the Nuke Coupe as our grand finale, which is exciting. We get to reserve the little, you know, it's just one little nuclear war as a treat. Okay, something hit my rocket arty pretty hard. It was an enemy fighter. It wasn't a jet fighter. It probably would have murked us if it had been. All right, there's predictive systems and capitalism. Advanced AI is fine. We'll go for class struggle. We have encampment training in pest, stock exchange, broadcast center. Just keep yourself nice and busy. Don't really care what you build. I just don't want you to come back to me. Back to me. Take control of Caguana. We did break the suzerainty. I should be able to take Malinalco here with a couple of tank attacks. Boom, there we go. We will of course keep this city. We'll use the city shot to clear you out. Tenayuca. Let's bring you forward. We'll need a couple of jet bombs if we are to clear Tenayuca. So I'll start the jet bombs. You take that tile. You can clear it now. Excellent. That's my city. Just like England is my city. Tehuan. All right, who am I going to Teotihuacan? All right. We've got, ooh, their capital is all the way down here. That's actually quite juicy. A juicy, juicy caboosey. Can you get this kill? Yes, you can. Excellent. That would be a full heal. Ixtapaluca is on the way to the Vatican. Which is Ixtapaluca just sounds like a music festival. Hey, bro, you going to Ixtapaluca? Hell yeah, dude. I'm going to build a giant effigy of Quetzalcoatl. And then we're going to set it on fire to send it to heaven. It's crazy how many cultures. I don't actually know which cultures, but I know a couple of cultures off the top of my head, like Japan. I think Chinese culture, they burnt stuff to send it to the gods because the gods are up above, which is cool, right? Like that's like, yeah, you burn stuff to send it up because it goes up into the sky. I just like that. Mostly I like it because it gives me a reason to burn stuff. I'm not conquering the world. I'm sending the world to God. I'm not burning down cities. I'm performing a religious rite. For some reason this tank doesn't want to attack the city, which is fine. Queue up the random stuff. Queue up the random stuff. GDR. The most dangerous opponent in the world. European Data Protection Legislation. The GDRP. GDRP. A simple weapon that has destroyed the minds and hearts of hundreds, if not thousands, of web developers. God damn it, they exclaimed. What even is Europe? No one has an answer. All right, let's capture. Cap will rapture as Kaputzalko, which sounds like the competing music festival that was created by the people who didn't get along with the original committee of the first music festival. Surprising how often that happens. I am amazed at how many people have interpersonal difficulties. You would think that after millions of years of development, we'd be good at getting along with each other. But everywhere there's a committee, there's like, or not necessarily committees, but like anytime you have like groups of people doing stuff together, there's always going to be like culture clashes and feelings clashes and all this stuff. And I'm like, how have people not figured out how to get along with each other? I can get along with almost anyone. I can be friendly with almost anyone. But the thing is, I treated my ability to socialize like it was an actual skill that I needed to develop. Now, I'm not particularly good at it. I'm okay at it. I'm not like a god. I'm pretty good. I can hold a conversation with someone for a while. Unless I'm feeling really awkward, then I can't hold a conversation for shit. If I'm feeling anxious, the most you're going to get out of me is like, yeah, when I'm feeling awkward and anxious, you're getting nothing. You're getting nothing. You're getting a nod and an awkward smile because it's loud and dark and I don't like it. La la la, la la la. Okay, so there's class struggle. We don't necessarily care about class struggle in this particular game, but we do care about it in general, don't we, guys? Insert the communist music. I don't know. What is communist music? That's a great question. Yeah, it's me banging two rocks together because my economy collapsed. La 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 la. Unironically, banging two rocks together goes hard. You can get a real rhythm going. Oh! No! I misclicked and wasted I was trying not to waste a bomber! Alright, there's actually a fighter in this city, but I don't think it's set to defend, so we don't need to worry. La la la. So we're gonna grab Tijuana. Yoink. Another city bites the dust. Skidadoosh, douche, douche. Skidadoo, doo, doo, doo. Rocket already doing so much work when it actually is able to catch up to the front line. My front line just goes so fast now that it's quite difficult for things to keep up with it. Let's go for Jockichalco. I'll take it with this helicopter boy, if I can. Oh, you telling me he didn't kill it? Come on, man. Right, we grabbed it. We did it. It's mine. Mine. Core memory refreshed. The Finding Nemo movie. All right, blast the city, capture it with a tank, keep it. We gotta make our way to the victory screen, man. I don't think you should have to make it to the victory screen. I think there should be, just declare yourself the winner. I don't think, like, the victory screen is just there for the sadistic idiots like me. That, like, when I started my YouTube channel, one of the things I said was, I'm gonna finish a game of Civ. Because when I played Civ before I was a YouTuber, I don't think I ever finished a game. I literally don't think I ever saw a game finish. My whole life, I think I saw a defeat screen a few times. I never finished a game. And I don't think finishing a game matters. The question is, are you having a good time? You know? La 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 la. No, I misclicked and I bombed a goddamn... I hate when I misclick and I accidentally bomb a unit. I didn't want to bomb. So make sure we bomb Tenochtitlan and... we will bomb Tenochtitlan again. Okay, perfect. We can even do a little bit of damage. The Vatican City, we should kill that next turn. La 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 la. I'm going to put these military engineers to sleep. My giant death robot is not going to sleep because it's joining the front line. I will send this giant death robot to over here because it's going to be the thing that captures Kupi's capital. Captures Kupi's capital. Captures Kupi's capital. Oh. La 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 la. I got a lot of units to put asleep. Because natürlich. That's right, I learned a little German. Just a little. Just a little for a treat. La 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 la. La 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 la. La 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 la. And this turn timer, this turn rollover is It's long. Right, there's digital democracy. We don't care about digital democracy. We'll grab nanotechnology and exploration. Again, we just don't really care about these. They're not priorities for us. I do think that we want to capture Tenochtitlan, so let's see if we can get some more rarity in position. So we'll rart them and smash them. Gaboosh. Captured the Aztec capital. Thank you, wham bam. Thank you, ma'am. We do have the Vatican City that we need to deal with. Let's go. It's me, Mario. We shall. Ba 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 bum. Ba 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 bum ba bum. Bum 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 beedo. All right, Aztecs are now dead. We will of course liberate the Vatican City. And now we got to go straight for Delhi. Build a nuclear device in Buddha. And that'll be how we finish off. The coopy the poopy. All right, I'm just going to move my units as far forward as I can this turn. We're not actually worried about attacking this turn. Attacking India, that is. We're just interested in pushing forward as far into their territory as possible. I'm even rebasing jets up this way to make sure that I have enough people in range. Queue up everything I can click on in every city just to keep them busy. I don't actually care what you choose to build. I'm not changing my government. Well, I'll plug in a gold card, I guess. Here, international trade routes are better. Cool. Levi Strauss, he will give me jeans, 2 copies worth 4 amenities each, although I can only benefit from one of them unless I get the World Congress thing that lets me get an extra amenity. How far forward can you go? You can go to Atkazakpaluka. I have a giant death robot heading up. I have a lot of units heading up this way. Like, this is what I'm talking about. When you get late game enough, like your armies, like, literally can't keep up with your front line. It's crazy. Just how... I guess we can start bombing him this turn. Let's go ahead and get a Golden Age war with him. I do have a couple of bombers that are in range of his city, so we may as well get some damage on him now. On this turn. I don't see a reason not to. Is what it boils down to. So we'll make sure we put Madurai down to no health. So that can just be... We can just walk in there and tap it with a single unit. And that'll be that. Alright, looking fantastic. I was thinking of starting a second YouTube channel and using that YouTube channel to buy land that I just rewild. Maybe not even plant native forests or whatever. We could do that because there's government grants and stuff for that. But just let it be. Let it return to the wild ways. I think that could be a pretty fun side project. Because I'm at a point in my, like, I make enough money playing YouTube, like just playing Civ, having a good time. I could always pivot into different games and strategies, and like I think I have a pretty good formula. I could go to video essay territory. I think I could always make money off YouTube. I feel pretty confident in that, right? Maybe I'm overconfident, but you know, maybe it'd be nice. Like, I'm not motivated by making more money, but maybe what would be motivating would be like if I could have like a project where like the progress was like extra land for wildlife, you know, and that's kind of an exciting idea for me. Because I'm just not very, I'm like, once my basic needs are taken care of, I just don't really care about money. I just want to not have to worry about money. Like, that's my main thing with money is I don't have to be panicking. Now, I'm quite fortunate in my life that I've never had to really panic. You know, I always had good social, you know, both in terms of like the country I live in and the people around me, that I could always have people to turn to for help if I really needed it. But yeah, I think about that sometimes. I'm like, isn't that kind of what everyone wants? Like, if everyone was looked after, would we rewild? Probably. I think greed is rarer than we think. It's just overrepresented in successful people. You know what I mean? And when I say successful people, I don't even necessarily mean quote unquote, I just mean financially successful people. I don't necessarily like mean, it's like the capitalist version of successful. You know what I mean? This person made a lot of money. That's good. But yeah, I think that'd be really nice. Or, ooh, you know what I'd love to do? I'd love to get into building affordable housing. God, it would make me so happy to build affordable housing. Maybe I need to run for government. Maybe I actually need to transition my career in strategy gaming into a political career. Would you vote for me? That's a question. If I were running for a political position in your country, okay? And hold on. Oh, I just barely can't reach. Okay, jet bomber level up. Yeah, if I was running for a political position in your country, would you vote for me? I probably would recommend against voting for me, but I am curious if you would, you know? Just a little temperature check. Would you vote for me? I'd vote for me, Charles. All right, so we've got Operation Ivy, build thermonuclear device, future civic. All right, let's smash this city, and then we'll smash this city. Beautiful, we'll keep both. I do apologize to the people in those cities, but you are being liberated in the name of Hungary. Kolar. I think we could grab Kolar. Maybe if we hit it with enough tanks, it'll break just barely not. Maybe we can get it. There we go. Okay, we managed to tank down Kolar, which is great. Bomb you. Let's rebase an aircraft over here. Rebase one here as well. And then we'll grab another one to be rebased here. We'll grab this one. Where's that GDR that I sent down here? Right. Almost in position. 5 turns until we finish the nuclear device, which is exciting. Again, whenever my cities are asking me for orders, I'm just queuing up random stuff. Like nuclear devices, or nuclear power plants, or art museums, or sewers and arenas. So many cities. All right, more buildings are finishing. I shall tell them to sleep. Mogadishu. Opango has flipped independent, which is interesting. Can't quite capture Ranchi. Go ahead and take your promo. You also take your promo. Okay, we've got a couple of bombers that can hit stuff. We'll hit Opango just for fun. I think we can rebase. No, we can't rebase anything closer. So I think I'll just hit shift enter to end the turn. I refuse peace with you, good sir. All right, modern era ends in 6 turns. Delhi will be crushed soon. Probably next turn or the turn after. One of the two. Okay, giant death robot upgrade. And yeah. Let's go for smart materials, a nuclear program. I'll recruit you. Go ahead and spam nuclear devices for me, please. You've built all the things. Spam nuclear devices for me, please. You've built all the things. Build all the things. All the things. Okay, Opango should be an easy capture. We could liberate this to Maori, which would be absolutely hilarious to me. Let's do that just because I think it's really funny to do. Ranchi we should be able to capture with a single tank attack. We will of course be keeping that one. Let's go for Delhi so we can make sure that we get it this turn. So now that is all of the capitals except for the Maori. The only one left is the Maori. And we will of course shoot them. You ever notice that in every language, everyone's just known as people? Think about that. Like most of the words for like the name of a country or a culture or whatever, it's probably just whatever they call humans. Oh yeah, it's like we're the Maori. We're people. Those guys over there, they're the blah 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 blah. Okay, mission accomplished. So I guess all we have to do now is hit shift enter until the nuke is back. Oh, actually, right before we do that, we do need to rebase a jet bomber because I forgot. Only jet bombers can actually drop nukes. So we'll rebase a jet bomber and we'll just hit shift shift-enter a couple of times. Just shift-enter. What? Major flood. Love it. Okay, where is my lava? Just waiting for our first thermonuclear device to get completed. All right, there's smart materials and nuclear program. 2 things that we actually weirdly don't care about anymore. There's our bomber in Estergom. I could just buy an extra bomber just in case. We'll go ahead and shift enter. My GDR is in position. This era ends in 4 turns. We've got 3 turns until a bomb is done. It should be 2 turns actually. All right, we'll move our giant death robot into the water because that'll be more of a clear shot. 2 more turns for the nukes. We hit shift enter just to end our turn. No peace. I don't believe in peace. Okay, giant death robot is in position, has a straight run at their capital. Nuclear device is finishing next turn, so we'll go for it. Just a teenage. bag, baby. Listen to Iron Maiden. All right, WMD strike. Dun 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 dun. Skabloosh! You guys waited this whole series to see this. You waited the whole time to see the nuke. We finally did it. And with that nuke, we can capture the city. Thanks to giant death robots being immune to nuclear splooshing. And that's it, we managed to win the game. Now, I need you to understand, this was a very, very long game of Civilization 6. But I had a great time. And that's the beautiful thing about Civ, is it's just so fun. It's such a fun game, man. I always have such a good time in this game, and that's what keeps me coming back to it. It's just so good. All right, let's have a look at our ranking. Apparently, Augustus Caesar, the best way to get this is to like conquer a lot of cities. So you can see buildings constructed. Like, I mean, the absurdity of the amount of cities I captured. Once the war gets going, man, it's like you go exponential. Player culture, number of combats, so many combats. Player faith. Wow, my faith just stacked up. I think I stopped spending it at a certain point because it just didn't require effort. Units killed. Look at that graph. Oh, religions founded. Where is it? Boom. No religion founded. We love it. Wonders constructed. Pretty much none this game. I think I built like 2, maybe 3, if even. Total cities destroyed. I don't like raising cities. It feels wrong. It feels wrong to raise a city. But you know what I do want to type in here? I want to type in city center space Hungary. I want to see the number of city centers that are in the Hungarian Empire. 120 cities. Jesus. 120 cities is absolutely absurd. Anyway, I'm going to call that the end of the episode. And unfortunately, we have to call the end of this series. We have achieved our goal, which was to finish the game. I want to thank you guys very much for watching. We hit it around turn 244. Let me know what you'd like to see next. I love you all very much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.